Right. Start to find a comfortable seat, grounding down to our sits bones. And as always, so good to see all of you. Hope we're having a good day today. Day after Halloween. First day of November. Here we are. We made it. Okay. So just giving yourself this opportunity to arrive in this space. Arrive in your body, arrive in your breath. And as you start to arrive, tuning into your breath. You don't have to change your breath or do anything special. Tuning into your demeanor and how you feel right now. Once again, we don't have to change anything. We can just sit here and observe what is. Notice if the breath is shallow or deep. You can notice if our presence is with us and if we're in this moment, we feel rooted. Or if we feel like we're in the mind a little bit today. A lot of times life can be filled with planning and shifting and adjusting, and all of the different things. And what a gift, what a power to be able to come to your mat, to come to this space. Just kind of let go of our grasp. Let go of our need for an outcome or to plan or to change, shift, all those things that I just mentioned. Just give yourself this opportunity to be what it is that you are, which is a being. And you're here to be. I truly believe that our lives are not meant to be filled with all the details. We leave the details to Source, and the details to the divine. We're here to just be present. And the more present we can be, and the more we can honor ourselves in our presence, in our bodies, and even in our minds rooted in this body and in this space, in the now, the more our purpose comes to light. The more we find ourselves aligned, the right place at the right time, and everything finds us exactly as it needs to. Start to deepen the breath in through the nose and out through the nose. It can be hard to let go of some of those details. It can be hard to let go of the planning. Sometimes the fears, anxieties, whatever it might be surrounding the current, right? That's really where this practice starts to take off and create a life of its own. Is when you show up to surrendering and letting go, which is a very active state. It's active in releasing the grasp. It's active in letting go of the outcome. So that you can come back to your natural state of being, which is once again, a being. We get filled with being human doers, being busy, productivity, all the different things. So as you're here, just give yourself this intention, this opportunity to just breathe, to slow down, to be. Start to build on an intention in our bodies. So based off of our reflection of how we're feeling, what we've been doing, what's been going on recently, internally, externally. As we deepen the breath, let's start to build on an intention. What could really serve us in this moment? Serve our minds. They're filled in a certain way. Serve our bodies and our hearts. A lot of times, many of us need to just leave with a little more trust or a little more acceptance. Sometimes we need to leave with a little more hope or motivation or whatever it might be. Maybe that's what we call on for ourselves today. Maybe if we're feeling satiated or we're feeling whole and present and all of the good things are aligning and here we are, maybe we dedicate our practice. Bless our practice to somebody else in need. Maybe it's somebody we know, or even somebody we don't know, but we know that they might be struggling and needing a little bit of this magic, this hope, this presence. So you can also dedicate your practice to somebody. Sending your love and your light. When you're ready, inhale your hands wide and high, palms touch overhead. Noticing the body here, and then exhale, hands down to your heart center. As your hands come to your heart, let's rub them together, and your eyes can flutter open or look at the tip of your nose, or just kind of tune into this space. Then they can flutter closed again. Just get your hands nice and warm. This is balancing for the right and left hemisphere of the brain. This is one way we can bring our brains, our minds into balance. You can even look at it if you like, or you can keep your eyes closed. Notice what feels more connecting. What brings you more into the experience. And then once you create enough warmth, sitting nice and tall, heart is lifted, shoulders drop. Shoulder blades almost come in towards themselves. Tummy draws in towards the navel. Neck is nice and long. Breath is deep down into the belly button, all the way up into the chest cavity. Give yourself a few moments of silence here. When do we get that? So I'm just going to be silent for the next minute or so. Let your intentions come to you. You can set them in this time. We're going to honor this moment of silence. Ready. Let's start to set an intention for our practice. So once again, what can really serve you in this moment? Is it trust? Is it acceptance? Is it letting go of that grasp, that outcome? Non-attachment. Recently I've been teaching about the 8 limbs of yoga. The 3rd limb that we know of yoga is the asana, so I'll teach a little bit tonight. Well, one of the observances in the 1st limb is detachment. An observance in the 2nd limb is contentment. So let's start to find maybe a word that can really serve you right now. Maybe a few. All right, take a big breath in. And big breath in. Now I'd like you to say your intention internally. Let it be as clear as day. Just say it internally to yourself. For example, today, or I am not attached to this moment or circumstance, whatever you like. But try to be very clear in what you're saying and what you're intending. Go ahead and say it internally. And then take a deep inhale. Squeeze up through pelvic floor, draw through the navel, press into your spine. Say your intention again while you hold your breath. And then exhale, let the hands go. Take a big breath in. Big breath out. All right, so to let the day kind of roll off of us and get into this one, we're going to bring our chin towards our chest and start to do some neck rolls, up and around, up and around. Starting to find some movement in the neck. Sometimes the neck can get really stiff. Stiff with the muscles, stiff with tension, stiff with, if there's a lot on your mind, then the neck gets really stiff. And then sometimes we can tweak our necks. I did that today. That was kind of interesting. I don't really know how it happened, but it's so interesting how that happens. bringing some awareness. What is this neck? What does it do for you? First, it holds your head up. We have to understand it's a highway between the head and the heart. It's a communicator between the two. And inside the neck lives a really powerful set of glands, the thyroid and parathyroid, responsible for your metabolism, your energy, and all of these wonderful things. So in our yoga practice, it's important that we bring some awareness to the neck and everything that it does for us. Continue to breathe deep as you roll the head up and around, up and around. Let's do a couple more. So a big thing that we can learn in this practice of yoga is non-judgment. As we learn to not judge ourselves and the experience that we have when we're practicing on our mats, we can take that off of the mat and into the world. And instead of judging our circumstances and the experiences that we have, we can practice non-judgment with that as well. Okay, when you're ready, chin comes in towards the chest. And we go into the other direction. So we can start to look at the tension in our bodies or look how we're feeling. Instead of judging the experience, kind of naming it, coloring it, giving it an idea, a name, a concept. You can just see it for what it is. It is what it is. We can judge our experiences and our feelings so much that we name our entire being after that experience. We identify with it. So this non-judgment teaches us, it's kind of like non-attachment. It teaches us to let go. Accept things for what they are. There's truth, magnificence, intelligence, and all of it. Ensure that you're breathing nice and deep as you're doing this. 3 more rotations. You can inhale as you lift the head, exhale as you lower. Last breath, last rotation. Chin in towards the chest when you're ready. Shoulders roll down and back. Inhale, sit up tall. Squeeze up your pelvic floor. Hold your breath. Press your navel to your spine. Hold, hold, hold. And let go. All right, let's come to a tabletop position. Wrists below shoulders, knees below hips. Spread those fingertips nice and wide. Rooting down into your palms. You can always cushion the joints with a blanket if you'd like. A few cat-cows just to get into the neck and into the spine. Warming up here. We do cat-cow, and you might see it in almost every practice, especially mine. Cat-cow mobilizes your spine. It allows for your spine to be more malleable. Just check in. What's going on in your shoulders? What's going on in your neck? What's going on in different parts of the spine? Inhale, sway. Exhale, round. You might notice I don't need to sway that much today. I actually need to round more. Go ahead and do that. Maybe you find a different form of cat-cow where you start to make some circles up and around, up and around, up and around. Maybe you're feeling a little more creative or a little more active in your cat-cow. Let it be your own. But just feel out your body in this moment. What's happening in the body today? If you are making some adjustments to the spine or kind of jump roping the spine up and over, make sure you go into both directions. The eyes can be closed as you observe what's happening here. Alright, if you're going in directions, make sure you're going into the other. We'll do just a couple more here. You can inhale, sway, exhale, round, or make those circles with your spine. See what's feeling good for you. Alright, when you're ready, inhale, sway. Exhale, round. Inhale, neutral. Exhale, walk your hands forward, melt your heart down, melting heart pose, forehead on the mat, long, steady breathing. Couple more breaths. And then when you're ready, slowly bring yourself up nice and tall. Take the left hand center, inhale, right hand reaches high when you're ready. And then exhale, you're going to thread the needle, taking your right arm through, dropping down. So right arm goes through the left arm. Left fingertips can reach to the top of the mat. Breathing deep through the shoulder blades. Maybe you bring your left arm behind you. Threading the needle here. And then when you're ready, bringing that left hand back to the left side of the mat. Push up. And push all the way up. Take that right hand high. Then right hand comes down to the center of the mat. Inhale, left hand reaches high to the sky. Exhale, thread that needle through. Dropping down to your left shoulder blade. Same thing you did on the other side. Reaching those fingertips forward. Forearm comes up and over the back. Find your breath here. Once you find your breath, listen to it. Hear the sound of your breath. These are simple ways to bring yourself into this present moment, this gift. And then when you're ready, taking your right hand back to the right side of the mat. Inhale, left hand reaches high. Exhale, lower the hand. Spread your fingertips nice and wide. If you have something on your mat for your knees, you can move it out of the way. Tuck your toes, lift your knees. We come in a downward facing dog. Spread fingertips wide, root into those palms, gaze is between your shins. You're pushing back through your thigh bones. You can bend the knees a lot. Let your heart melt towards the tops of your thighs. Breathing deep. Couple more breaths here. And we can start to straighten the legs, keeping the tailbone high, melting the heart down. Beautiful. And then if you are walking your dog, you'll bend one knee as you straighten the opposite leg. Just getting into the body here. So as I was mentioning the 8 limbs of yoga, the first limb it's called the yamas. Essentially, it's like your social moral conduct. Go ahead and find your fullest expression here. So, just settling in stillness. We've got the yamas. This is kind of like your moral code of conduct, how you treat the world. I'm going to tell you the 5 observances of the yamas, but then how to apply them to your thoughts. Think about the yamas as the way that you treat the world is inherently how we treat ourselves. So if we're judgmental with ourselves, most likely we're judgmental with the world as well. These yamas are here to help refine us. Inhale up to your tippy toes, and then exhale, coming out to a high plank. I'm just going to hold the high plank for just a little bit. Take a deep inhale, and then exhale, push yourself back down dog. Take a big breath in, and then as you exhale, come forward, high plank. So make sure your hands and feet pretty much remain the same from high plank to down dog. Exhale, push yourself back down dog. As you come to high plank, press your navel to your spine. Inhale, high plank. Nice. Exhale, down dog. Gorgeous. Let's do that again. Inhale, high plank. And then exhale, down dog. Really letting the muscles hug the bone here. All right, let the belly be soft. Bend your knees up to your hands, one giant step to the top of the mat. Feet can be wide. Beautiful. You can grab onto either elbows, swaying side to side. Breathe deep. Alright, so back to these yamas. The first observance of the yamas is do no harm. It's called a himsa, or non-violence. You can look at it as do no harm or loving kindness. When you're ready, send your fingertips down to the mat. You can heel toe your feet to touch. You're going to notice that my feet stay wide. They will be staying wide. You can keep your feet touching, or you can have them hip width distance. You don't have to use blocks here, but you can. Inhale, halfway lift. So hands can come to the shins as you push back for your thigh bone. Fingertips can also stay on the mat. So inhale, halfway lift. Shoulders are pulled back. Back is super flat. Deep inhale, find length in your spine. Exhale, fold, forward fold. Bend your knees as much as you need to. Beautiful. You feel like your shoulders are in your ears. Bend your knees a little bit. One more time. Inhale, halfway lift. Find length in the spine. Super flat back. Push back through those thigh bones. Shoulders back. Exhale, fold. Do no harm. Rooting into your feet, let your toes be light. Inhale, rise to the flat back. Arms are reaching wide and high all the way up. And exhale, peel arms apart, shine the heart. Inhale, hands reach up. Exhale, hands down to the front side. So we're going to stand here for a second, feeling rooted. So with that first observance of the first limb, there's 5 observances of the yamas. You have do no harm. And one way we can use this principle to bring us back to the present moment, especially in our thoughts, is every time a thought comes up, you can ask yourself, is this filled with loving kindness? You can even ask yourself, is this a harmful thought? Some thoughts aren't so harmful, but sometimes they aren't very serving for us. That's why I say loving kindness. Is this filled with loving kindness? The thought isn't filled with loving kindness. You can let it go and come back to the moment. Exhale your hands all the way down. Set that free. Inhale, hands wide and high. Exhale, we're going to peel arms away again, shining the heart. Inhale, hands reach high. Exhale, fold, going all the way back down, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, find length in the spine. Exhale, plant your hands, step your feet back, high plank. Stay in high plank, long steady breathing. Relax the jaw, relax the muscles in the face. Kick back through the heels, lift into the knees. Stay steady with your breath. All right, the second observance of the yamas is satya, or truthfulness. There's so much meaning, of course, in truthfulness. What does truthfulness mean to you? Keep breathing, keep holding high plank. We got this. Stay with it. All right, hold this for a little bit longer. If a thought comes up and it's taking you out of your body, out of the present moment, you can ask yourself, is this true? What a therapist you saw. One more breath here. You got this. You're doing great. Good work. These are some strong planks. Now, exhale, you can drop down to your knees. You don't have to use your knees here. Okay, so your legs can stay up. And we're going to lower halfway. Elbows are going to come in and back. Shoulders in alignment with the elbows. Inhale, upward facing dog. Thighs lift. Breathe deep. Exhale, tuck your toes. Send your hips high. Downward facing dog. The third observance of the yamas is a steya, or non-stealing. Breathing deep in through the nose and out through the nose. There's so many ways in which we can rob from ourselves and our experience. The biggest one is saying, I can't do that. That robs from our limitless qualities. These limitless qualities that live in our hearts, that come from Creator. Bend your knees, lift your hands. One giant step to the top of the mat. Feet are touching, toes are light. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, hands wide and high. Rise to the flat back. Exhale, arms peel apart, shine the heart. Inhale, hands reach high. Exhale, hands to heart center. I'm going to have you sit. So my legs are wide. Your feet might be touching. So if you're touching, you've got 2 options here. If you're touching, zip the legs up if you're touching. If they're not touching, then they're not touching. Okay. One or the other. All right, here we are. So king chair and queen chair. Queen chair is touching, but see, sometimes people do chair like this with the knees touching your feet out. We're not doing a mixture of them. One or the other. All right. Breathing deep, so finding what works for you right now today. So we're going to hold some of these postures and kind of go through some of these observances of yoga. There's more to yoga than just the postures. The postures are the third limb. I see some lifted toes. I love that. Weight in heels. Drop your toe. Breathe. We're going to pulsate here. Very good. Keep dropping this elbow. All right, so whenever a thought comes up, so we can use these 5 observances that we use for morality, right? Non-violence, truthfulness, right? Be honest. Non-stealing. These are things that relate to morality and how we treat the world. However, you can use them internally for yourself. If you have a thought and it's taking you out of the present moment, robbing you from your presence, ask that thought. Are you taking me out of the present moment? Is this robbing me of my presence? Is this stealing my joy? If the answer is yes, let it go. You have that choice. So keep it going, keep breathing. So first question, is this thought filled with loving kindness? Is this thought true? And is this thought taking me out of the present moment? Those are 3 questions you can ask your thoughts just to come back to this gift, what you are, which is a human being. You're here to be. You're here to be present. Let's go for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Sitting deep. Tap the tailbone. Heart is lifted. Breathe. Weight is in heels. Very good. One more breath. And then exhale. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands, step your feet back. Drop down to the knees. Lower halfway, elbows are in and back. Inhale, upward facing dog, eyes left. And exhale, downward facing dog. One big breath in. One big breath out. Inhale, right leg high to the sky. So you're going to notice I set my foot to the outside. You can do that, but step your foot through in between your hips. Beautiful. Stay right there. Left hand flat, inhale, right hand high. Stay right here, breathe. The next question we can ask ourselves, or we go to the next observance of brahmacharya, which is moderation. We bring it right into our thoughts. So moderation, kind of think of something as excessive. These are great. Twist, by the way, look wonderful. One more breath. The question you can ask that thought is this excessive? Sometimes those thoughts are excessive. All right, now you're going to place your right hand within your right foot. When the right hand's within the right foot, inhale, lift the left hand high and swivel your back foot flat, parallel to the back of the mat. Having an extended side angle. Breathing deep. You can always use a block here. You can always bring your forearm on top of the knee. And the whole reason why I'm mentioning all of this is for this last observance. And that is a parigraha, or non-attachment. A simple question you can ask yourself, especially to the thoughts that we have, is can I let go? Can I let go? Can I let go of my grasp? Can I surrender to this? Part of these questions. You're going to inhale, rise to warrior 2. So root into your feet. Front heel back over, back arch alignment. Palms are facing down, shoulders are dropping. Flip the palm, inhale, reverse. And then exhale, pinwheel your hands to the mat. Step the foot back, high plank. Drop down to the knees. Elbows in the back, lower halfway. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Just warming through the body. Big breath in. Big breath out. Very good. Inhale, left leg high. Exhale, step it through, plant it between your hands. Beautiful. Right hand flat. Inhale, left hand high. Exhale. So hold right here. We have this for a little bit. So I'll run through those questions again. So So when a thought comes up, is this filled with loving kindness that relates to ahimsa? Is this true that relates to satya? Is this stealing me from the present moment that relates to asteya? Is this excessive? Sounds like I say successive. Excessive. And then lastly, can I let go? Can I let go of this thought? Exhale, lower the left hand down and then the left foot. Swivel your back foot flat. Inhale, right hand reaches high to the sky. There's one way you can use the yamas, this social code of conduct and how to treat the world. They do align with the 10 Commandments. Breathe deep here. It's amazing how cultures kind of cross over. So many similarities find themselves in traditions. Schools of thought. Keep breathing here, you're doing great. There's a way to apply these rules of morality, social conduct, to yourself. And that if you practice it within yourself, then it starts to practice and live outside of you as well. A couple more breaths here. When you're ready, inhale, rise into warrior two, settle in. Front heel back arch alignment. Palms are facing down. Front knee is bent, back leg is straight. Steady yourself, steady your breath. Open palm, inhale, reverse the warrior. And exhale, put your hands to the mat. Step the foot back, high plank. You can stay high plank to down dog or flow through another chandravata or a conflict. Inhale, heart reaches forward. One big breath in. One big breath in. Bend your knees up to your hands one time and step to the top of the mat. Come all the way up. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, hold. Inhale, hands wide. Exhale, hands down to your heart center. Beautiful. Alright, so we're going to do these kind of moving chairs. So our hands will be here. Alright, so what we're going to do, you're going to sit in a chair. Feet can be wide for this. Alright, and then you're going to inhale, come up, bring your hands to your heart center and lift the knee. Drop the foot, sit back in the chair. And then exhale, come up, bring in the knee. And then exhale. Alright, you can inhale and exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Think deep squat. Nice. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Keep it going. But as you're doing this, maintaining that balance. Inhale as we rise. Exhale as we squat. Deep breaths. All right, we're going to switch the breath now. Inhale as you sit. Exhale as you bring it up. Inhale, sit. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, 5 more. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. All right, inhale, I think one more. And then sit.
feet are wet. Feel your heartbeat. Drop that tailbone. Weight is in the heels. Feet can be about hip width distance. Stay with it. Is this filled with loving kindness? Is this true? That first question we can ask our thoughts. It really removes the judgment. Feel that heartbeat. One more breath. And then inhale, rest. Very good. All right. Let's root down. You're doing great. You're not showing me your challenge, so you've got this. Grab some water if you need to. All right, so we're going to have right foot flat. Pull up the left leg. Have your blocks available at the top of the mat if you'd like. Just so that they're accessible. Alright, right foot is flat. Lift that left leg. We're gonna go to warrior one. So we just did warrior two. Now we're gonna go to warrior one. So you're gonna step your foot back. And the back foot's gonna be slightly angled and flat. Hips are squared forward, arms can reach up high. Some people believe warrior two is the most accessible warrior. Then you have warrior one, which is a little more challenging, and then you have warrior three. So we're going to go through some warriors here. Breathing deep, reaching hands up. And then you're going to exhale, send your hands behind you. Inhale, reach your hands up. Exhale, send your hands behind you. Now notice if you're gripping with your front toes. Inhale, reach your hands up. Feel that oscillation, that movement of your foot as it balances. Exhale, down and back. Inhale, up. Exhale, down and back. All right, inhale, up. Reach back. And then inhale and exhale. Come forward. Interlace your hands behind you. You can slightly open up your hips here, make some space because your right shoulder is going to drop within the right knee. Inhale, finally. This is humble warrior. Exhale. Dropping that right shoulder. Humble warrior can teach us to humble ourselves with our thoughts. Those thoughts can be excessive. Sometimes they're not kind. And a lot of times they're not true. Sometimes our thoughts are filled with attachment, preference, and all the while they take us out of our contentment. They take us away from being humble to what is and accepting. One more breath. Go ahead and drop your arms. Inhale, reach high. All right. Now what I'm going to have you do is you're going to lift your back leg. Back heel, I should say. Hands are going to come onto the hips, and we're just going to make sure we feel stable here. You're going to move up and down. So they can be little micro squats, or you can go all the way down. You don't have to touch your knee. What I notice is if you straighten your back leg or legs as you come up, that helps with bending. So we're just playing with balance here. Inhale up, exhale down. Study in yourself. So the way I'm going to skip over, but I will talk about it maybe next week. The second limb, which is the nuances. These are the personal codes of conduct. But I'm going to skip over that right now and go right to the third limb, which is asana, our posture. It's what we're practicing. It's what we know is yoga. Yoga has 8 parts. Right? So to think if we only know the postures, we know one very small part. Keep it up 3 more. Say about 10 of these. Last one. Very good. All right, so bend your front knee. You're going to send your hands down. Reach for your blocks and lift that back leg. All right, so the third limb of yoga is, essentially the way it's translated is posture or asana is anything that's practiced with Sukham and Siddha, which is essentially steadiness and ease. So the postures are anything that you practice with steadiness and ease. Find a steadiness here, try to square up your hip, check in with your joints, what's going on. Wrap the muscle around the bone, that back leg. Now you can come up a little bit, you have a few options. You can either be in this tipping bird, or you can be in your fullest expression of warrior three. I'll probably be in this tipping bird myself. I'm going to tell you this, it's not easy.
In fact, let's all get to the tipping bird together just so I can show you something. It's challenging, there's a burn there.
Okay, I'm going to have you bring your hands to your hips. Okay, and I'm going to do toe taps. 1, 2, 3 with it. Yes, very good. 3, 4, okay, great. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Come back down. Hands come back down to the blocks. Very good. Breathing deep. Okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to open up our hip in a half moon pose. Okay, so open up to what would be your left side picture on your right leg. Flex that left foot. You're going to bring your left hand high to the sky. Stay right there. This one, this pose took me probably like a decade to figure out. This is so challenging. But once it comes to your body, it won't be. Say that being pregnant, so. But it took me many, many years for something from this posture to get down. Very good. Very good. One more breath. Alright, you're going to bend your front knee. Step your foot back. Kind of warrior 2, why not? We did some other warriors. We did warrior 1, we did warrior 3. Go straighten your front leg down. Heel toe your back foot ever so slightly. Kick your left hip out as you bring your right hip down. Coming in a triangle pose, opening up here. Steady your breath, steady your mind. So yoga doesn't have to be a flow. It doesn't have to be anything in particular. It's just something that you do physically in your body that you achieve with steadiness and ease. There's a reason why we go through the yamas and the niyamas before we reach asana. So those first 2 limbs before we get to the third limb of yoga. You're gonna rise. Bend your front knee slightly just so you don't lock it up. Then the leg can straighten again. Tilt your left hand back with your right hand comes up and over. Reversing the triangle. And then when you're ready, go ahead. Pinwheel your hands down. And we're going to step out. So come back to the top of your mat. Beautiful. Holding down. Breathing deep. Alright. Here we go. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, hands wide and high, rise. Exhale, hands down to your right side. Alright, so you're going to take your left foot flat. Now we're going to lift right. Hold it, breathe. And step that foot all the way back. So hold your back foot flat. Beautiful. Warrior 1. Inhale, reach your hands high. Steady yourself here. Right, so if you're taking yourself out of a place where you're forcing up against something and it's creating a lot of challenge, apply this to your life. Maybe we need to lessen the grip. We need to pull back a little bit. Find some more ease in it. Right, some effortlessness in it. Once you find the sweet spot, then you know you're in the right space. So you're squaring your hips forward. Your back foot is kind of angled and flat on the mat. Front knee is bent. Arms are reaching up. This is a back bend. Breathe. Steady your breath. Steady the mind. Deep inhale. And then exhale. Hands reach back as your heart comes forward. Inhale, coming up high. Exhale, down the back. Inhale, coming up. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Let's go for 3 more. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Last one. Inhale up. Exhale back. Interlace those fingers behind you. Make sure that back foot is swiveled back. Inhale, find length. We're going into the humble warrior. Exhale down. So let this remind you to humble yourself. That means humble those thoughts, those identities. Whatever the ego, this false sense of self, is trying to convince us that you can't, that it won't, that doubt, that stuff that does not fill you up, and it does not serve you. Humble yourself. You're more than that. You're bigger than that. You came to this life to see that. One more breath. Release. Inhale, hands reach up. Very good. All right, with the steadiness, we're going to bring our hands to our hips. Lift that back heel. So you might have to scooch those feet in a little and find a little effortlessness to it. All right, so think if both legs are straight and we are lunging. You can start with those micro lunges. They can be big, they can be small. But the idea here is you are oscillating in a balance. So when I say oscillating, we're going between 2 points. It almost makes like a circle. That would be the oscillation. But as something goes back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, that's how we balance. Balance is not stagnant. Beautiful. You're doing great. Just feel it out. Feel it in your body. Sometimes when we have expectations, it takes us out of our humble spirit, our gracious spirit. Eyelids bend. And then you're going to kind of come forward. So at any rate, doing this posture is going to really help you get into a lot of these different postures where you balance in your foot. There will be a day that you feel really stable and steady in one foot. That's why you're here to practice. 3. Let the muscles drop the bone here. All right, so we can have our hands to our heart, hands forward, and then we'll all kind of come to this tipping bird. So you're leaning forward and you're lifting that leg. Now you know why it bursts. Because you're essentially doing a leg lift, right? Steadying yourself. Sometimes it's not about the sweat or the effort or the productivity or however it is that you show up. Sometimes it's just about getting something new about yourself, about the world, about creator, about the magnificence of this woman. Hands come to the hips. All right, so we've 1, 2. So we learn about creator through creation, through nature, through breath, through presence, right? Through all of these different things called source, whatever you'd like to call it. Right, we learn through our spirit. Keep going, lifting, lower, lower. We're doing about 10 of these. I haven't quite counted, so let's just say 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, keep that leg lifted, hands come down. It burns. It burns. All right, we're stacking the hip, opening up to half moon pose. Taking maybe that left hand high to this side. So more breath. Then your front knee, step the foot back. We're in this warrior 2. All right, then we're going to straighten the leg. Front heel back arch alignment. Feet aren't too far apart. All right, kicking that right hip out, reaching the left hand forward. Left hand comes down to the shin. Right hand reaches high. Breathe. Steady yourself. Steady your breath. Here we are in the feet. Breathe deep into your belly. This experience, this moment, it's all about that. About the experience, about the moment. About being in your body, being present. Feeling it. Feeling all the feels. Not judging the experience. But also not letting the mind take you away from it either. So inhale, rise. Bend that knee slightly as you come up to feel long nose. And you can straighten it again as you tilt back. Left hand comes high to the sky. And back behind you. And when you're ready, put your hands down to the mat. And you're going to step your foot back, high plank down. You're going to hold high plank here. You're going to hold it for 5 solid breaths. And then exhale, you can lower down to your knees and then elbows in and back. So make sure the elbows are in and back. You're hugging in, and the elbows are pointing directly behind you, like they're pointing at your legs. Nice. Palm heart reaches over. Exhale, down. Thankful for this body, for this moment, for this time. Drop down to the knees. We're going to walk our knees to our hands. Rest of the knees. You sit on the sits bones. All right, we're going to do a little bit of a double pigeon just for the sake of time. Kind of started late, so we got into our class time a little bit. So we're stacking our shins into this nice little equal sign. Sitting nice and tall, breathing deep. I'm going to have you do a twist with this too in just a moment. But first, you can just come forward, steady yourself. Arms can come out to a T and all the way up. And then exhale, you're going to twist to the, so take your right hand behind you and left hand maybe to the outside of your foot. for your knee, rubbing onto whatever works here. All right, you're gonna inhale, push up. Do the fingertips that are rooted behind you. And exhale, twist nice and deep, come all the way over your right shoulder. You guys might be on your left side, so left shoulder. Sorry about that. Breathing deep into the twist. And inhale, hands reach high. Exhale, taking now your right hand to the outside of your left hand to the outside of your right knee. Inhale, find length, and then exhale, twist. Pushing into those fingertips behind you and really breathing deep into twist. More breath, deep breath. Pulse spine, beautiful spine, everyone. Great. And exhale, come center. Beautiful, hands can come up. Right. And then we'll take that leg on top, gently, gingerly, levelly. Okay. And you can take your legs out straight and then bring them back in. I'm just going to hop right into it. So, leg that was on top, let that be on the bottom. Sitting tall, breathing deep. Come forward, be here for a few breaths. Stay connected to your breath. Breaths here. And when you're ready, inhale, bring yourself all the way up. We'll take our arms out to a T1 mark. Go for that double twist, quadruple twist. We haven't twisted a lot. Exhale, you're going to take now. Let's go. So we're turning to the right. Perfect. So it helps when I'm doing it too. All right, so left hand is on right knee. Right hand behind you. Inhale, find length. Exhale, twist. Reach your chin all the way over. Breathing deep. And then inhale, reach your hands high. Exhale, going to the other side. Fingertips are rooted behind you. Nice tall spine. Exhale, twist. Reaching your chin over to that shoulder. Breathing deep through that length. Very good. Breathing deep through the belly button here. And inhale, reaching your hands high to the sky. And then exhale, gingerly grabbing that leg and moving it. Once again, you can straighten your legs all the way out. Come forward in a forward bend. Beautiful. And then when you feel ready, feet can either be flat on the mat, knees are bent, or you can have your feet touching with your knees out wide. Either way, we're going to scoot towards our heels. Fingertips will come forward and we'll come down one vertebrae at a time, nice and slow, all the way to our backs. Once you come down to your back, so bottoms of the feet can be touching or feet are flat on the mat. If your feet are flat, have your feet feet wide, knees in. You could even windshield wiper your knees a little bit if you'd like, if that feels good for you. Or you can just keep the knees out wide with the feet touching. See what feels good. If there's any posture I didn't offer and you'd like to go into and your body's asking for it, go ahead and honor that right now. Otherwise, either from Supta Baddha Konasana with knees out wide or with feet flat, remain in this posture until you're ready to go into your final Shavasana pose. Just know that you can, at any point, your feet flat on the mat or stance in front of the smile. Around the next Give yourself these last few moments of stillness. And once you're ready, starting to wiggle your fingers and toes, bringing the awareness back to your body. Inhale our hands up overhead, stretching nice and long. That's the first thing we want to do. And walk your feet flat on the mat. Turn to one side using your arms as a pillow. Finding yourself in a space of presence. Coming back to your gift. It might seem simple, it might seem mundane, but the most magical and miraculous things happen in this moment, present. And the awareness and the attention of your being. Give yourself that. Slowly pushing yourself up to a seated position. Sitting nice and tall. Just rooting into your sits bones, and one hand on the heart, one
Move your index finger and thumb on the other knee. Maybe we set an intention to take with us. Maybe we take our presence with us, or some of those questions that we can ask our thoughts with us. Just to give yourself that opportunity, that conscious decision to come back to your gift, to your presence, to the moment. And then when you're ready, inhaling the hands wide and high, palms touch overhead. Exhale, sink down, hands sink down to third eye center as you fold forward and seal your presence. The highest in me honors, sees, and respects the highest in you. Namaste. Thank you so much. Happy Tuesday, happy November. You guys have the best rest of your day ever.
Thank you. Half moon. I was doing all those lunges. I was like, oh.
What was Krim, the foot or the
My butt.
The butt?
I was like, oh. And then on the other side.
It's amazing, it's like, wow.
I'm gonna see you next week, Chanel.
Oh, traveling, love it. Family or just you?
It's the yoga immersion.
Okay, I thought so.
Yeah, I'm excited. Yeah, I'm really excited. I'm a little nervous too, because it's the first time I left my kids.
Ever?
Oh, without my husband, yeah. It's hard with
Yeah.
5,
Yeah.
keeping them all.
Still alone,
Yeah.
They are a little older, but still.
Yeah.
Still a lot of Oh my
Yeah,
gosh.
they're in teenage bodies, but they still need an adult.
Yeah, right? Oh my
So
gosh.
I'm
Good on you, Mom.
nervous about that, but I'm excited too. I grew up there. My mom's there.
Oh,
I get to spend time with her. So
I'm so excited for you. I
it will
can't
be good
wait.
for me.
Are you going to be done with your teacher training after that? Or is it a
no,
several?
there's 4 more weeks after that.
Okay. So is it starting?
Yeah, we started in September.
Oh, so you already did that.
Exactly, we just finished the 5th Yama.
Really?
Yeah.
So cool. I was wondering if that would chime the bell for you at all. Just like
Yeah.
what you're
Have you met